Hello, and welcome to part 1 of this complete SAT math review course, Heart of Algebra section, brought to you by Googolplex Academy. One of the most fundamental topics in the Heart of Algebra section on the SAT includes linear equations. An equation is defined as a mathematical statement that sets two expressions equal to each other with an equal sign. Linear equations can have more than one variable, but that's a story for another day. Linear equations with one variable, which is usually x, but it could really be anything, can be written in the form ax plus b equals 0. Generally, our goal with these types of equations is to find a solution, or any value of x for which the equation is true. For example, for the equation 4x minus 6 equals 2, the solution is 2. By plugging in 2 for x, we can see that this equation is in fact a true statement. Now, in order to find solutions for linear equations with one variable, we want our linear equations to look a little something like this. In order to get from here to there for any linear equation with one variable and find what that variable equals, we can actually follow a couple of steps. Step 1, simplify both sides. For a simpler equation like this, there really isn't any simplification that we can do to either side. But for something like this, we can make that a lot simpler. Using the order of operations and combining like terms, or combining the constants and the terms with the same variable on either sides, this complicated equation can be turned to 4x minus 6 equals 2, which is certainly a lot easier to handle. As a side note, remember the mnemonic device Pemdas for the order of operations. This stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication slash division, and finally addition slash subtraction, when simplifying each side of the equation. Next, after simplification, if we need to do that at all, we might not need to do that, we can try and isolate the variable. Now, a good rule of thumb is to try and work backwards through the inverse operations to try and get everything that isn't x onto a single side. With this strategy, we'll first use addition to move the negative 6 to the other side, since addition is the inverse operation to subtraction. The two cancel each other out. Next, we can use division, because remember, we are using the order of operation backwards when we try and isolate the variable by altering both sides of the equation. If we were only simplifying one side, we'd use PEMDAS. But when isolating the variable, we use PEMDAS backwards, so next up is division. Let's divide both sides by 4, since the variable is multiplied by 4. This will leave us with 1 times x, or just x on the left side, and 2 on the right side. And that's it. So, to summarize, simplify both sides of the equation with the order of operations, and then isolate the variable with inverse operations using the reverse order of operations. Alright, now it's time for some practice problems. Check the description below to download a few quick practice questions, and when you think you're ready to check your work, click on the link within the document to see the problems worked out. Email us at googolplexsatacademy@gmail.com for any questions you might have, and check out our other videos and subscribe for more SAT prep. See ya!